still kind of on the lap counter, but it looks like we're staying green. There's a Peter Kinney in the number 99 Aflac Ford coming in second, trying to get a run on Cam Smith. These cars are very fast in practice and qualifying. They're running up here up front now. Not sure what exactly happened to those two guys who started up front on the start. Glenn Townsend got in the wall, and then the 5. I think he was talking about maybe dropping to the back to get some strategy going. So that might be what have happened to Ryan Reynolds. So might not be an issue, but he's playing strategy call here. This is a 150 lap race, so it's a long one. Let's see. As we are on lap 4, I believe, no, lap 5. 5 laps in of 120. Johnny Yang, currently last running car, the 85. He's trying to put a pace together, hopefully not going to interfere with the leaders too much, but is 22 seconds back 5 laps into this race, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But right now we're starting to see really cars stretch it out. This is just killing those laps down and just kind of letting these laps go by and kind of save your stuff. This may stay green till that caution, but we won't know till then. We have not had any yellows yet. Reminder that the maximum yellows in this first half is 2, so keep that in mind. Daniel Pauls Jr. running here in 5th. He's racing Glenn Townsend. 19 of Brandon Carter in the wall there. And the battle for 4th with is Andrew Thompson. 56, I believe, is right there. Then makes a move up top. Doesn't work, but yeah, these guys just trying to figure out what they're doing. We got another car right there slowing down. Is that the 7? Yeah, it's definitely Cam Smith has slowed down a little bit. I'm not sure if he's conserving his stuff or if something happened, but he has slowed down a bit. So that will surrender the lead to Peter Kenny in the 99. As Drisden Ramsey in the 88 comes to second, as there's the field's really starting to stretch out, really, except for a few cars in 5th trying to battle their way in. Daniel Pauls Jr. having a really good run today. He's running in. Yeah, he's running 4th, still able to keep ahead of those guys. This pack, there's a little pack right here between Xander Thompson in 3rd. Well, he's actually caught up to Drisden Ramsey a little bit, but a little pack, and then behind Brandon Carter, we got Ryan Arnold in the 5, who, he's been quick. I believe he started pole, I believe, and he's playing a strategical thing, I believe, and then Connor Dowdy not too far back behind Cam Smith. Well, actually, yeah, Cam Smith, then Connor Dowdy, and then we got a few cars coming in the 10 seconds back range with Alec Lorenzo, and then on back to Paul Perico in the 18 and 14th, and then Johnny Yang, who's pretty far back. As Sly has called it a race. He's out. Not sure why, but he's out of the race. As a battle for the lead hasn't really tightened up a little bit. We've seen Drisden Ramsey able to catch that 99 of Peter Kinney a little bit here. He's got some runs going, but you see that kind of that pack from 4th to 7th, I think. No, 4th to 6th. So it's really just 3 cars back there. As Drisden Ramsey getting a run on the back of the 99 off of 2. Get some good draft, stay behind his nose, get a good run into 3 and 4. Goes a little lower in the corner. 99's gonna get the run off the corner because he ran the high line. Yeah, he kind of actually cut it in half there, so not as good as a run. As we'll see how this battle for the lead continues, but I believe the 99 is going to stay up front for this time being. He's been consistent. As Glenn Townsend, he snuck his way into 3rd. Probably got around Brandon Carter, Daniel Pauls Jr., and Xander Thompson to do so. He's been very quick. I believe he was fastest in practice. Don't hold me to that, but he's been quick in this in this event. So he could be knocking on the doors of these leaders very quickly. As I do believe we have a pass for 6th, as Cam Smith trying to kind of just stay with the lead pack, the lead amount of cars, but not up front maybe. But that's a strategy call I'm fairly certain of, because we've seen some of those guys fall back a little bit. So he gets around Brandon Carter in the 19. Brandon Carter won a race recently in Singer, and I believe it was Cup 2000 in Texas. So good for him. But this is the 2010 Cup mod at Charlotte. Glenn Townsend is closing in on the 88 of Drisden Ramsey. And he's going to take the pass below Drisden Ramsey and take 2nd away. And maybe he'll start trying to catch that 99. Drisden tried to make a move there, but I believe that position is solid, as he kind of came down the track a little bit there, but I think he should be all right. I don't believe we'll see a lot of guys having mechanical issues. But I think really preserving your tires might be a thing, especially because this race could go the full half of this event. And then, that first yellow, I'd imagine everyone is going to pit on that first yellow, because we're 15 laps in and still no yellow. We've had one retiree, and then I don't think we've had much instance in that. This race has been fairly clean. And really, just the field's really spreading out right now, and everyone's trying to just clock these laps down until we get to the competition yellow at, I believe, lap 60. There's really not a whole lot of battles going on that I'm seeing right now. Yeah, Ryan Arnold, Cam Smith, these are the two guys we seen. They were the two that fell back at the beginning, the more so beginning of this race, to maybe try to not be in a wreck or something. But so far, they're running 5th and 6th right now. Yeah, I'm sure. I think they're trying to clock these laps down, just get this race to the comp yellow, and then they'll work from that. But currently 4 seconds back from Peter Kenny, who's your leader right now. So they're going to go make a move low, as Cam Smith's going to make a move low on Xander Thompson. And it's also going to open the door for Ryan Arnold to get around Xander Thompson. And Xander Thompson is quick to block to make sure Brandon Carter doesn't make a move underneath him. But that has tightened up those two guys in draft, as Brandon Carter is right behind Xander Thompson. He's a little tight up the top. I don't believe that's going to get a good outcome. He's going to drop low and lose some time there. As looks like Ryan Arnold goes below the 5 or the 7 of Cam Smith, gets around him, and that you got a really interesting battle here for 4, as Xander Thompson's right back, and Brandon Carter's. There's a little 4-car draft here between 4th and 7th. These guys are just kind of trying to get around each other. See Brandon Carter make a move underneath the 56. Ooh, got a little loose there. Yeah, these guys just trying to battle out, get their positions. Daniel Paul's back there a little bit in 28 and 8th, trying to figure that out, as these guys are still figuring out. See if we can get back to the leaders. Really not much going on, but Glenn Townsend running a different line in 3 and 4 than, the 9 gets in the wall a little bit there. That's going to help the 23, Glenn Townsend, to catch up. I believe Johnny Yang is now in the clutches of the leaders to go a lap down, as the battle for the lead is tightening up between Glenn Townsend and Peter Kenny. Drisden Ramsey a whole 2 seconds back, as this pack is really spread out. Yeah, Glenn running the bottom in 3 and 4, whereas Peter Kenny running the top, and he does it again, hits the wall. This opens the door for Glenn Townsend to take the lead, and he will successfully in the tri-oval, and that may help those guys from third on back to catch up a little bit. Here's Ramsey and I believe Ryan Arnold. They're starting to catch these guys up front. So Glenn Townsend takes the lead. We were and there's a car on the bottom there. I believe the 85 Johnny Yang getting out of the way for the lap for the leaders. That way, there's no trouble between them and how they're racing. So a smart decision. I'll give them that. Yeah, that way you don't want to wreck the leaders, especially when they're this close together. I don't think Peter Kenny's done yet, but Glenn Townsend, he's been fast. Peter Kenny's been quick too. These two definitely, I think, if this race goes their way, at the end they'll probably be the two guys up front if there's a battle for the win. But really, I think someone's got to get an edge here. 99 trying to use the run on the top, gets a little bit of speed there, but doesn't quite edge it the way he wants to. But yeah, we've seen him running the top. It just was. We seen him hit the wall both laps. He was trying to do that to get away from the 23, and it ended up hitting the wall. So another thing to factor in. Going up top and through and four, I just don't think it's going to be a smart move for these guys because you get that run. And it's not going to exit off the corner. The wall gets too close to the setup. So we probably won't see that a lot more during this race, especially from Peter Kenny, seeing it did not work for his success. And along with Johnny Yang, Carl Childress also has gone, I believe, a couple laps down. They both gone a couple laps down. They may have pitted. I'm not certain, but that's an interesting strategy call if they did pit. But yeah, currently at this moment, those two guys are 2 laps down, and we'll see how they do. Let's go up here to 5th place. Brandon Carter, Xander Thompson, and I don't know exactly who that other car is. I believe it is might be Cam Smith. I'm not certain. Or it might be a lap car. I'm not certain there. But yeah, Brandon Carter, you see him running that top, and just like we were talking about, he hits the wall. Top run just doesn't work. So we might see some guys figure it out, but really, I don't think so. I think that's Drizzen Ramsey in the 88. Yeah, the field is really oh, and Peter Kenny has taken back the lead. My bad. I was not paying attention there. Peter Kenny is back up in the front, so the battle for the lead is here. We were talking about Ryan Arnold. He started pole. He fell back for strategy decision, and here he is catching up to the leaders. Oh, Glenn Townsend in the wall hard. And he's going to lose a ton of spots, or a ton of speed. He gets passed by Ryan Arnold, I believe, in that number 5. And after getting that wall off of 2, he just cut it wide and did not go in his favor. He's actually getting caught up to by the 7, Cam Smith there. So he's going to have to really be careful and get his stuff back going. So, yeah, but yeah, we're talking about Ryan Arnold. He is catching Peter Kenny from what I'm aware. He's been in the back, just being careful, saving his tires up, and towards the end, or well, towards halfway through this halfway segment of the race, pretty much the first quarter, as we're almost there. Ryan Arnold in the 5 trying to get up to Peter Kenny's. There is more lap traffic up there. I believe that's Meme Ixel, Alec Lorenzo, and Neil Paulus Jr. also in threat of going a lap down along Paul Perico. Just a little bit in front of them is the 5 starting to back down a little bit. As Connor Dowdy's down pit road. A little bit of pit strategy from these guys. Really just Connor Dowdy and I believe the 88 or might have been the 88. But yeah, we're seeing some guys pit now, cutting this in half, which is a very smart decision. That we have enough to get to the comp yellow, and at the comp yellow, It's going to be interesting. But yeah, green flag pit stops. This is really going to be interesting. So we're going to see guys who are really good on pit road excel here over the guys. Oh, and Connor Dowdy and Brandon Carter, they're getting a little stuck on pit road. That worked that out. But yeah, we'll see if we have any guys get speeding penalties because, green flag pit stops, the stakes are higher. Time can get lost. It could be a matter of a second or 5 seconds or heck, a lap even for some guys if they have a bad enough pit stop. But we'll see how this strategy rolls out. I believe Ryan Arnold's still in the lead. Let me double check here. And your leader, Ryan Arnold, is dipping down pit road, and Peter Kinney might have passed him, but Peter Kinney also down pit road. I believe Glenn Townsend's staying out this lap. Yeah, Glenn Townsend staying out to hold the lead. Xavier Thompson, I think, went into pit road with those other guys. But yeah, Glenn Townsend finally surrenders pit road. He's got their car behind him, checking the brakes there a little bit. But yeah, this pit cycle still going through. Xavier Thompson, I believe, staying out there. Yeah, Xavier Thompson, I believe the car in front of him is a lap down. I'm not 1,000% sure. As he is now coming down pit road in a very interesting fashion. He might lose some time doing this, but it's safer. You're not going to get anyone caused in wrecks, and it's actually a better way of doing it in the long run. Someone's kind of slow on pit road, but it might be to ensure they don't get a penalty. Actually, they're very slow on pit road. That is Johnny Yang, who was quite far back. He was trying to get to his pit stop, was unsuccessful. His header has failed, so he's on the race. Xander Thompson on pit road. So in the lead before this pit stop session started, I believe it was Peter Kinney, but Cam Smith, I believe, is the highest running car of that strategy run or of that pit sequence. We'll see how it all scores out here. Yeah, their scoring is still updating. Xander Thompson is pitted. Everyone's getting around the track and getting scored. So we have surpassed the first quarter of this race. And I think the guys you pitted later might be the beneficiary. Their tires are not going to die off as quick, but at the same time, they may recover. As I believe, if Carl Childers pitted, I'm not sure if he pitted earlier in this race with. I'm not sure if Johnny Yang pitted either, but Johnny Yang is out of the race. But I wonder what Carl Childers is doing because he is no longer a lap down. He may have stayed out. Scoring, I think, still going around. Yeah, Carl Childers. So if I'm not mistaken, he pitted earlier in this race. The problem is, does he have enough to get it to the end of this stint here? The comp caution is a little over 20 laps away. So I'm not sure what his strategy call is, but we'll see how Carl Childers figures this out. He's been a dark horse for sure in some of these stinger races. So we'll see how he does fares. And after the beat sequence, I believe Ryan Arnold is your new leader, if scoring's correct on my side. And he's coming onto a car there. Oh, he is glitching. There is a car spinning that is. I don't believe his internet connection is good, but he has spun right in front of Ryan Arnold. So that might have been Paul Perico, but I'm not certain there. Yeah, this is going to really shake up the sequence a little bit as we are under our first yellow of the race. Ryan Arnold is the leader. Take a look at the replay. I'm not sure who it was. But yeah, I just wrecked there. yeah, Alec Lorenzo. Yeah, I guess he glitched there, had a lag spike, and spun out right on the racetrack. Got on the racetrack, got down, and he having some issues there. And I do believe that is what put out a caution, but we'll see how it all goes to play. And the caution is due to lag with the 33. So probably a good decision there. The 33 was really lagging out there. That was probably good. That way we didn't have any incidents caused by lag. If this come right after green flag pit stops is very interesting to say the least. As doing our first lap caution, so I'm sure they're getting things figured out. But yeah, this does enter a new strategy. Will we see some guys maybe? Or we did see a lot of guys actually pit during this, some stay out. So this is a very interesting strategy call. We know we're going to get a yellow flag on lap 60. We got a lot of front runners and starting up here 018 will goof on pit road. We'll see how wins this battle out of pit road. It looks like Cam Smith in 7. And the rest of the field will filter out. Glenn Townsend didn't have might have had some damage or something, but he's going to take a little bit longer to stop. Which not as much to lose here. You can gain that time back. This is our first yellow. Just kind of regroup here. So we'll wait for the pace car to figure out when it's time to go. I think we got pit stops to still round it out. But coming to lap 41, first 20 laps of the race have been. It's really just been playing your role as a driver, not to get into too much incidents. Just kind of stay clean, keep the tires good, just don't fall back too much. So far, it's worked out for a lot of guys. I believe we only got 3 cars that are not in the lead lap. One of them, Alec Lorenzo, he was the reason for the yellow with his lag right in front of the leader. But he is scored 3 laps down at the moment. And then cars are actually a lap down is Paul Perco and Meme Ixel. Yeah, we still got cars figuring out what they're doing. But yeah, right now we do have 2 cars out of the race. That is Sly and Johnny Yang. Sly, I'm not sure why they left the race, but Johnny Yang had a header issue from the engine under an interior side of the spectrum of mechanical failures, and he's out of the race due to that. But one thing I do want to point out, Carl Childress, I'm being mad, honest, he's a mad lad for pulling that strategy, pitting early. He may have anticipated this caution, but he's back on the lead lap, back on course with the leaders, if that pit stop was unintentional or not, or whatever. But so far, he's on the lead lap. I just want to give a little pat on the back to him because that was a really interesting move that he made there and pit strategy, if he did pit, but he did fall back regardless, and he's back on the lead lap running at 9th right now. We have to restart soon. Actually, we're going green this time. So Ryan Arnold, Connor Dowdy, Daniel Pauls Jr., some of these guys may have been on a different pit strategy. I believe the highest running car that did pit is Cam Smith in 4th. So first, second, and third are on a little bit older tires. I just don't think it's going to be a benefit for them. Also, watch out for the restart here. Make sure everyone does okay. This green flag is now in the air. A little bit of a spin. Spin tires. Ooh. Ah, man. They wreck. Oh, they're wrecking. I believe we are now under yellow. This is the final yellow flag of this stint. But yeah, just a bad restart. It almost worked, too. I believe it was the 88 of Drewston Ramsey. And the 88 Drizzen Ramsey and Xander Thompson got together. And well, no, Drizzen Ramsey got into, I believe it was Cam Smith, and then they got together and got another car involved. That would be Carl Childress, and we were just talking about how good he was doing. So we are now under yellow for that incident with The 88 Drizzen Ramsey, the 56 Xander Thompson. Arguably, Cam Smith was involved, and Carl Childress too got involved at the end of that incident. So very unfortunate for those guys. But this will give, I believe, Paul Perico did get a lap back. That might have been prior to that caution, but he is now on the lead lap. Meme Ixel now last car on the lead lap. I believe the 30. Oh, and they're wrecking coming into pit road. Glenn Townsend has crashed coming into pit road. Paul Perico uh, decides not to pit, and Dale Paulus also pits. So Glenn Townsend, I think, yeah, he was slowing up right in front of Paul Perico. I'm not sure Paul Perico was expecting. Oh yeah, or wait, no, Paul Perico. I'm not certain what happened there, but Paul Perico and Glenn Townsend got together. Paul Perico decided not to pit. Glenn Townsend did. So that's what we're looking at there. Also interesting. The 5 and the 40 have, again, not pitting. So very interesting call by Ryan Arnold and Connor Dowdy. So they're definitely committed to running this. Or maybe this is a good call because you're running these laps down. You're not wearing the tires out. You're pacing. Connor Dowdy and Ryan Arnold, they're saving their tires a little bit. But in the end, really, they've had 2 chances to pit. And it's just at the end, we'll see how this tire run is. We've seen that first pitting cycle. We get to see tire wear really because skill level, but tire wear, we're really gonna find out how much tire wear is gonna play a factor in this race with the 5 and the 48. Um, Probably with some fairly not fresh tires, and then Peter Kenny on back to I believe Paul Perico. They pitted the caution before this, so I don't think tires are going to matter much between, a slight run under green, maybe spinning those tires on the restart for Ryan Arnold, because he did spin the tires on that restart, last restart, and uh, we'll see how this affects him on this restart, and maybe he won't make that mistake again, maybe he will. So that's something we're going to have to keep in mind as well. As everyone is back up to the pack, we are going green this time by Ryan Arnold will once again lead us to the green. Dale Paulus Jr. Did pit, so he's not up front any longer. And then the cars that were involved in that accident are kind of far back, but I still think they're in contention. Not a lot of damage for those guys. So, yeah, first caution for an incident based on not lag, I guess you could say. Yeah, that first caution came for lag. Second caution came for an actual incident on the restart. The 88 did get a black flag for that incident. We're going to go green this time. As we are awaiting the pace car to go down pit road. Again, Ryan Arnold, Connor Dowdy, Peter Kenny, Brandon Carter, Cam Smith, your top 5 coming to this restart. This was the final yellow of the stint, so the next caution will be on lap 60. So Ryan Arnold can get through this restart well. He does. A little bit of tire smoke from Paul Perico. Passes were made. I think we are a go. Oh, and there's a car in the back having troubles. I'm not sure who that was. But yeah, someone had an issue on the start there as we stay green. Yeah, someone just, I guess, might have had a clutch issue or something. But yeah, top 3 right now still looks like Connor Dowdy out here running front, so that's cool. See, he's trying to make some good ratings for him in that 48 cards. He's going to get challenged by the 99 of Peter Kenny there. And I'm almost 3 wide there. 19 eager to get around these guys as well. See the top run. We talked about that top. It's been messy. That 48 is going to stay up there. I don't think that's a smart move on his part, but he made it work. So, yeah, he gets a good run off the corner as well. Interesting. believe Cam Smith might have been that car that had that issue on that start. That 7 car. That or he may have fallen back out of the pack for another reason. But 3 seconds back, if he's playing another strategy, I just don't know if it's going to work. But we'll see. We'll see. There's Meme Ixel back in the top 10 and back on the lead lap as well. Due to that yellow giving him the lucky dog, so it's good for him. He's going to be he's challenging Carl Childress in the 8, who was involved in that incident that prompted that yellow. And it looks like Carl Childress is going to win that battle for that position. As maybe Mixel backs down a little bit. But yeah, right now Ryan Arnold's still your leader. We talked about him not pitting in either of those chances to pit. One of really only 2 cars, him and Connor Dowdy, did not pit, and we're seeing Peter Kinney catch up. So it isn't an instant bad idea not to take tires. So say we see a late race strategy, I think not taking tires is an option for some of these guys. As Ryan Arnold opens the door for Peter Kinney up top. We'll see how they battle into turn 3. I don't think Ryan's going to give that decision really easy. We know Peter Kinney, he's hit the wall off that top corner several times and does it again there. Loses some time. Brandon Carter right there in that 19 Best Buy Dodge. He's going to get around the 99 of Peter Kinney. Slips up a little bit, and he's going to slip up a lot there. Lose a lot of time, as that just lets Ryan Arnold lead some more. So, again, some decent racing up here up front is the 19 and the 99 battling for second here. And that top lane is just not shown to be very good. Connor Dowdy was able to make something of it, but the 19 backs off. And he's not done with that 99 in the 99 Ford there. And again, I don't think the 99's done with the 5 of Ryan Arnold either. Give him some chance to draft up, but really tire fall off isn't huge for Ryan Arnold. He didn't pit, plus he spun his tires on that first restart we had before getting that second yellow. So right now he's leading. He may lead to the comp, so we'll watch him. And cars falling back. I don't think Cam Smith is going to lose lap. He's been quick. His pace is pretty good, so I don't think he's going to lose lap. I think we'll see everyone's down the lead lap here. As a 99 gets a run off of the corner, but still not quite there. And still trying to catch up to that 5 car of Ryan Arnold. Ryan trims the grass a little bit in the tri-oval. Hurts his time a little bit as Peter Kinney's trying to find a different entry, see if he can catch up a different way, an easier way, without using up so much of his tires. And this might be a strategy by Ryan Arnold to see if he can get those guys behind him to use up the tire advantage they had on him. And now it come down to skill, or maybe even someone having more tire fall off than the other. But 99 dives in deep there. He's going to get a run off the corner, stays top. Ryan Arnold gives him plenty of room. But close. We'll see how it goes through 1 and 2. And Peter Kinney dives low right in front of Brandon Carter. Brandon Carter getting just a little bit up the track there to try to see if he can get a better run off the corner. Did get a decent run as we got a battle for the lead right here into turn 3 and 4. Peter Kinney now on the bottom. Ryan Arnold now up top, right up next to the wall now. I don't think he's going to get a decent exit. I can tell he's going to cut it. Well, if he did hit the wall, it was a scrape. And Peter Kinney, your new leader, is Brandon Carter versus Ryan Arnold for second. See if Ryan Arnold can get the run off the corner, but no, Brandon Carter sticks it, but he's still able to get the run on the backstretch. We'll see how turn 3 and 4 goes. That battle for a second continues. And Ryan's going to lose it here. Okay, so Brandon Carter down second. Ryan Arnold. I think it might be tire fall off for number 5 car at the moment. Oh, and Carl Childress into the 48 of Connor Dowdy there in turn 1 and 2, trying to get around him. I was just about to say Carl Childress was he's been clawing his way back up, recovering, trying to get the top 5 here today. That's his goal, I'd imagine. Connor Dowdy, he's just trying to get stuff figured out. he just had decently quick cars, so we might see him up front. And then Glenn Townsend, I'm not sure if he has any damage or anything, but he's been sneaking his way around too. We'll see how he does. We've seen him up front earlier in this race, as looks like Xander Thompson trying to get around Daniel Pauls Jr. And it doesn't quite work. See this battle here for, I believe it is for fourth. Yeah, Dale Pauls Jr.'s kind of been a dark horse a little bit here, but he's staying. And we are under caution. I believe this is going to be the competition yellow. As Peter Kenny, I believe, will lead us to the yellow flag. And he will. Brandon Carter trying to catch up, get around him, but not quite. So Peter Kenny, Brandon Carter, Ryan Arnold. Believe Daniel Pauls Jr. is going to be fourth, and fifth is going to be Xander Thompson. So we are at our competition yellow. We are halfway here. I believe this is the Coke 600 at Charlotte. We were waiting for seeing the pace car there. So this second green flag run we had is really switched the roles of some guys. You've seen some guys who, they just need a fresh tires, maybe something different, found a better racing line. Has a little bit of a shift in who is quick, or maybe some guys playing it safe or playing it in case someone else isn't playing it safe. So we'll see how that is. Cam Smith, he was falling back there quite a bit. He might be having an issue, that 7 car, but then again, he's still running, so I might just be playing it safe there. We'll see. We'll see how he figures it out. So I'd imagine everyone pits here. As just about everyone on pit road. Everyone in the race is on pit road. Very good decision, like I would have expected. Really going to see the battle for the lead come off of pit road at this point. Yeah, no one stayed out there, so everyone's pitting here. Very smart decision by the field, but really, and Glenn gets a little tight in that spot there, right behind Ryan, right in front of Ryan, right behind Ryan Arnold's pit stall. He's gonna have a hefty exit as I believe the 47 of Meme Ixel as she get into his pit stall. He got his lap back recently, so battle off pit road. Cam Smith, Glenn Townsend, Daniel Pauls, Brandon Carter, Peter Kinney, and then we got a few cars after that. So Ryan Arnold back in the lead. That 5 car, he was, I believe he was up front of the comp. No, he was third of the comp caution. So he got a better pit stop there. And Glenn Townsend got a really good pit stop. He went from like 8th to 2nd on that start, and then on that stop, and then Daniel Pauls Jr. went from 6th or 5th to 3rd. So a bad pit stop for Daniel Pauls, and then I think Brandon Carter in the 19, who was 2nd to the comp, is currently 4th, so he lost a couple spots, and then Peter Kenny lost quite a few spots as well. So we'll see how they figure it out coming to the green probably this next time around. But 23 we're hearing has blue second gear, which is why he is not. Might be why he's not running. Might not run so well, but pit stop is doing interesting. So we'll see how he does. And we are going green this time. Ryan Arnold, he's pole sitter. He's been playing with the front quite a bit. Had a not so great strategy call coming to the comp, but great pit stop for that 5 car has led him to the front once again. A couple more questions. A couple more questions I have to raise is this the last yellow? I personally do not think so. We may have some server issues combined with maybe some drivers not. Probably we'll see a repeat of that first stint. So the second stint is going to be a little different. Or it's a maximum of 3 yellow flags. As 23 is, I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, I think he's just maybe keeping his tires a little bit warm so you can get a decent restart here. Some drivers are dipping low. Might be a strategy call there to get some warm tires. That way they don't spin them on this start. We've seen guys do some interesting stuff. Me Mixel out of the race. Might have had an issue getting out pit road, so he has called it a race in that 47, which puts Paul Perico, last running car, in 11th. Green flag back in the air. Oh, 23 really smoked it there. And Peter Kinney right back up there. Not a great start for Daniel Pauls Jr. Just pretty much letting Cam Smith take it away. He may have checked up the field, but oh, car in the wall there. Oh, and there's a spin. Not sure. We'll see. Yeah, 23, Glenn Townsend has spun out with some other cars. I believe that was, so we had 2 spins. So we had Glenn got into Daniel Pauls Jr., Daniel got into, oh, Connor Dowdy, tough hit. And then another car got involved there. That is Xander Thompson. And then there's another car that got hit and spun out, I'm certain. Or that might have just been it. So, Drizzen Ramsey hit the wall. He didn't spin out, though, so bad perspective there. So, we are back under yellow for that incident with the 25 and the 23. Not sure exactly what caused that. So, again, pit stops are going to be an interesting thing to see here. I'm not sure if it's pitting this time, but we could see pit stops. Some guys stretch it. I know some of these damaged cars, I'm sure, will pit for obvious reasons. But Glenn Townsend didn't get a great start. I think either Daniel came on him a little bit, or he might have got close. But personally, I'd say that's a racing incident. But well, we might get some closer examination when it comes to that stuff. So we just have 48 Connor Dowdy. Pretty much everyone involved in that wreck on pit road. So not a lot of strategy call from everyone else. And then we still had the 5 leading the races. That yellow did come out. Well, we almost had a clean start. Not quite, but we came close. But we'll see. We'll have to see on the damage that the 8. And then we're hearing from Cam Smith, who's currently running 4th in that 7 car. He does not have 4th gear, so he's going to be being careful on these starts to make sure he doesn't cause any accidents. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how this pit stop goes. We'll really have to see how these guys on pit road do. This is definitely damage repair. Daniel Paulus out, Connor Dowdy out. And we got Thompson as well. Ooh, Connor getting close on the pace lap there. It doesn't cause an incident, so he should be good. Glenn Townsend got out of that first, so everyone's back out. I believe we're going green next time around. No, we were going green this time. Pace cars in. Ryan Arnold, Peter Kinney, Brandon Carter, they've kind of been up front the past couple restarts. Playing it interesting. Brandon Carter steps out. Not sure if it's... Oh, he's actually going to fall back a little bit, so he may have been doing that to make sure no one wrecks. We'll see. But coming up with her, I think it's Drizzen Ramsey trying to get around that 99. Oh, 19's in the wall. He saves it. He's good. Battle for second right now. Cam Smith versus the 99. Cam's going to back out a little bit. It's going to open the door for car up top. I believe that is Drizzen Ramsey in the 88. And then 19 of Brandon Carter gets around above him. Cam Smith's going to fall back some. So again, he might be doing his same thing. And Carl Childress is out of the race with a gearbox issue. Bummer for him. He's been having a tough race. He will not finish, but we'll see how it works. Ooh, man, close call for Drizzen and Brandon Carter. Drizzen almost, man, that was close. And Paul Perico on the 18 there. This is for 4th, as 99 is trying to catch up there with the 5. So a lot of guys trying to battle that. Ooh, man, Brandon Carter is not playing any games with 18 of Paul Perico there. Yeah, they're still drafted together. And I think other than that, everyone's getting it figured out pretty well. Ryan Arnold, I believe, still your leader, but Peter Kenny has dropped off some. So I think we're starting to see a trend. Ryan Arnold, maybe Cam Smith. Glenn Townsend was quick, but he has lost a couple years, so he is definitely going to have to find something more than speed to try to win this race for that 23 car. But he's been quick. And then we've seen, I believe it was, maybe even Brandon Carter might pull one out. We know we were talking about him. He won he won recently in the Cup 2000 mod. But yeah, unfortunate for Carl Childress though. He was not having a great race, but you know, a lot going for him. He was able to climb that ladder a couple times, get back to position, but in the end, he unfortunately had a gearbox failure. So tough break for that 8 team of Carl Childress. Yeah, Brandon Carter, Paul Perricone, and Drisden Ramsey in front of these guys. Oh, and 3 wide there for that position. I believe Xander Thompson going to take advantage of that, which is a very interesting call. Ooh, we're getting on the banking a little bit there. Slides up. Brandon Carter's right there. Glenn Townsend's here. He's just relying on drafting that 23 car. Maybe a little bit of speed and mistakes of others. Paul's up here as well. Again, I don't think 2 wide racing here is going to be very smart. We're going to see he stays off the wall there. That 56 is Xander Thompson, but they figured it out. I think Drisden Ramsey running in third is going to pull away from this little grip here, but I think we're guaranteed one more pit stop session from pretty much everybody. So it looks like Drisden going to fall a little bit to Brandon Carter there, but I think this really is, if we stay green, which is hypothetical. Oh, Paul Perico, I think he's in the wall there. He's going to fall. He's going to lose a ton of time. Going to lose some time to Xander Thompson, Glenn Townsend, in that 18 car. Paul Perricone, he's been kind of under the radar of this race. 18 M&M's Toyota Camry. But yeah, Ryan Arnold checking out on the field right now. Peter Kenny is falling back considerably. Everyone else is trying to stay in the draft, stay together. That way they can have decent stuff going. So if we have another yellow, still, that's up in the air. For several things can cause a yellow, but really, if we stay green through this, it'd be definitely a strategy race. Oh, and Daniel Pauls Jr. gets in the back of Paul Perricone. Oh, spins him right out, right there. And Paul Perricone gets spun out by Daniel Pauls Jr. Man, yeah, we were just talking about Paul. I figure he's probably upset. You gotta be careful though. You don't want to retaliate too much. We don't want to be doing that. So, man, that's a tough break for Paul. Daniel Pauls Jr. Definitely. Yeah, that's not gonna look good on him. And then he's behind Connor Dowdy right now, pretty easily far back in the pack. So that's 1 car on the spin counter. It's Cam Smith, I believe, is 5 laps down on pit road. I'm not sure what exactly is happening for him. He might be having something going on. I'm not certain, but he is out of contention of the win. I'm fairly certain, unless he gets like a roundup amount of cautions. But yeah, it's just not looking good for Cam Smith right now. He's not even out pit road yet. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, Paul Perico, he needs a good break, as he's at this rate. Ryan Arnold's very quick, running a very, very good pace right now in that 5 car. Yeah, Paul Perico in the wall there. Run, but yeah, back to Ryan Arnold. He's just been quick, consistent. Ran a 137 mile an hour lap last time by. Yeah, he's quick. He's getting around. Still putting time on Peter Kenny in that 99. And I've been saying these 2 up front have been quick. And the other 2 guys, Glenn Townsend and Cam Smith, have succumbed to some mechanical issues, perhaps. Perhaps I'm not sure with Cam Smith, but Glenn Townsend, we know he's not able to shift up certain gears. Look at the mid pack here. Let's see what Glenn Townsend's up to. Yeah, Glenn Townsend versus Xander Thompson right now. Good battle here for fifth. Yeah, well, fourth really with Brandon Carter. And they're getting a good battle going. Despite Glenn Townsend not being able to race his car at its full potential. Oh, and he's up in the wall, but he's still able to draft very well with these cars. He was proven very quick, qualified second, and he's up top here. But despite his disadvantages, he's still quick. But I think really he's where he needs to be is going to be very draft heavy. We'll see how that all figures out for him. That 23 car. Yeah, Paul Perricone. He's getting close to the leaders, or the leader really. Pack's really spread out, really overall. And Cam Smith, I'm sure he's got his eyes on Paul Perricone. I think Paul Perricone, he knows what he's doing. He's trying to get these laps cut. If I'm him, I'm hoping for a yellow. But really at this rate, it's not looking really good for one, as the pack is just really spread out a lot and trying to figure out where they're going to be on this racetrack. There's a few cars that are kind of drafting together, battling a little bit. Then we talked about, we were just talking about Brandon Carter, Xander Thompson, and Glenn Townsend. They're still battling, by the way, for third place now, I believe. As Drizzen Ramsey's fallen back a little bit, he may have shot his tires up, or may have gotten involved in something in between there and there. But yeah, they're still right there together, trying to become the best of the three. And top three finish right now is pretty in a decently high regard right now. So we're in that third spot, second spot, are in a pretty good position after this race. So they just got to make sure that they execute in the way they need to. And again, this may not be the race either. So we'll see how it all figures out. And despite Connor Dowdy and Neil Polis Jr.'s, they're not running so great right now, but they're really close. They're a lot closer to this pack than you may think. They're pretty close to this pack. So they might not be top tier right now, but say we get yellow, or they have a good pit stop, they might be good. This 23 has glitched out a little bit, lagging out. 23 lagging a little bit, but so far no issues for him, caused by him. So what's interesting is that Xander Thompson, man, these three are just battling for this third spot right now. This is a really good battle for this third spot. Oh, and 19 of Brandon Carter on the wall gets down right in front of Glenn Townsend. Glenn goes low. Glenn's little internet issues have been passed, so he's able to get around that 19 car, and he's not causing any issues, so he's doing good. But yeah, Glenn, despite, I think he'd definitely be running up front if he was able to run at his full ability, but unfortunately not able to get to the gears he needs to. And yeah, he's just trying to get the best he can out of this race, running top 5. Really impressive for Glenn Townsend despite mechanical shortcomings from that 23 car. And, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But Peter Kenny is catching up a little bit to the 5. Not a whole lot, as you see Paul Perico. He's now been put a lap down, so he's going to be the next lucky dog. If we do get another yellow, we don't know if we will or not, but if we do, Paul Perico would be the lucky dog. But yeah, Ryan Earl, he did hit the wall there coming off that last lap. But yeah, Peter Kenny, he's been slowly catching up to the 99 or to the 5. Oh, Paul Perico on the wall there in turn 3. Man, he's struggling. Oh, and 99 also on the wall. But yeah, that big tough break for that 18 though. He was running okay, but unfortunately spun out by Daniel Pauls Jr., which and that's spot his tires, I'm sure. And now he's a lap down. And if he can get a yellow, though, this is probably game on for him. So we'll see how if that comes to pass. But right now, man, I think he's pretty tight right now. He's really going up the track in turn 3 and hitting the wall. But we'll see how he figures out. But let's go back to 19 of Brandon Carter. Yeah, he's going to be doing good at that. I believe Glenn Townsend has came down pit road and brings in Daniel Pauls Jr. So we got our first pitters of this. So we'll see how this figures out for them. Pauls really didn't have a lot to lose, so might as well come in. And Glenn Townsend had a lot to lose as Cam Smith's still on pit road. He's definitely out of contention of this race, so bummer for that 7 car. But 25 and 23 on pit road, they were pitting. This may bring in some other cars, we'll see. But we definitely know there's one more pit stop in this race, and we're in the fuel window right now. Glenn Townsend gets out of pit road okay. Pauls has a bit of a longer stop, which if we don't get another yellow, that will not help him at all. But yeah, Glenn and Pauls, they're right now. They got the fresh tires in the field, but this will I'm sure will bring in more cars to pit road. I think Brandon Carter also pitted, or is pitting rather. Watch this really bringing in some interesting characters in the top 5. Connor Dowdy, we were talking about him. He's not came to pit road yet. Not a lot of cars have, but we got really some guys staying out, pushing the envelope probably, or they're going to push the envelope, or maybe just waiting a little bit till they got the fresher tires. Problem is, tire fall off from those guys compared to the guys who are already pitted. Glenn Townsend, believe Glenn Townsend, I believe, is currently the highest running of those guys who have pitted. And I think this time by he'd be scored still lap. I think he's still lapped out. But yeah, he's not running too well. And then maybe somewhere in the mix here, Paul Perry can get some done, but we'll see. He's currently the first car lap down still. So if someone makes a mistake on pit road or something, we'll see how that goes. Really, no one else is pitted. Connor Dowdy, Connor Dowdy, Drisden. I think Drisden Ramsey is came down pit road. Yeah, Drisden Ramsey down pit road. Connor Dowdy, Xander Thompson, Peter Kinney, Ryan Arnold yet to pit. So interesting call by 2 guys up front. Xander Thompson, who's been kind of mid-pack, and then Connor Dowdy's kind of been in the back, but only 10 seconds back from the leaders before all this, and he's still losing time. But if this lays out for the leaders, this could be good for Connor Dowdy. We'll see how this all plays out, though, as Drisden Ramsey coming out pit road. Go back to our leader, Ryan Arnold, though. Another thing, if we get a yellow here, the guys that are pitting a lap down will not be doing so well. So, but we do. Oh, and we were talking about a car having an issue on pit road. The 99 of Peter Kinney hits the wall, but he made it look. It doesn't look like he lost a lot of time there. I'm gonna be honest. I have engine damage though, or might have some front end damage. He may have to tend to, but if I'm him, I wouldn't do that. Or maybe I would. I don't know. Interesting call for that 99. We'll see. But they're really close on pit strategy. Those are the 2 leaders coming in pit road. Now, this could potentially be the battle for the lead coming out of pit road. And I believe Connor Dowdy and Xander Thompson are 2 cars who've yet to pit. They may have pitted, though. Yeah, Cam Smith or Ryan Arnold with an eons better pit stop than Peter Kinney, as Connor Dowdy does indeed stay out on the racetrack. So he's hoping for a yellow, maybe get some good pace going, lead a couple laps. As Xander Thompson came to pit road. Maybe Connor might stick it out here, push the envelope, pray for a caution. That would definitely be a call there that'd be interesting to see. But no, he does come down to pit road this time, along with Paul Perico. Unfortunately, they're not having Paul Perico not having a great night. Peter Kinney has gotten a penalty tough break for that 99. He is coming back down pit road to serve that penalty. As a bummer for them. Let's go to the 88 of Drisden Ramsey, though. He's currently running 6th. He's the first car lap down now. He has not. He's already pitted, so I think after this rounds out, Ryan Arnold will be again the leader, but with a huge gap of everyone else. There's Peter Kinney, who is a lap down, so he is now 2 laps down because of that. I'm sure it was probably due to a black flag. So yeah, tough break for him. So that puts Glenn Townsend, that right now scored 2nd. I believe Connor Dowdy went to scores outright. Connor Dowdy is outside the top positions, but yeah, Connor Dowdy, yeah, he's coming out pit right now. There's a car, I believe, the 18 of Paul Perricone doing something interesting. So actually, it's not a bad strategy by Connor Dowdy. He is actually he's built back where he is, but he has passed Daniel Pauls Jr. I think he was already in front of him, but actually take that back. This is not a great strategy for Connor Dowdy. Ryan Arnold has become overpowered in a sense. He has really taken over this race. But yeah, it looks like Ryan Arnold going to pass these guys. These guys trying to stay clean with the leader, make sure they don't cause any issues or slow him down any or wreck him. That would be the worst case scenario, especially Ryan Arnold doing so well. Getting wrecked here would actually be tragic for that 5-car team. But despite Connor and Daniel Pauls Jr. being fast, they will go down a lap down under pace. And that will put Daniel Pauls Jr. or put Connor Downey first car lap down. Brandon Carter, I believe, also might have had a bad pit stop, putting him in a bad position. Well, so this race may finish with only 5 or 4 cars on the lead lap. Say we stay green for this last few 20 laps, but we'll see. Ryan Arnold with, I believe, 4-second lead on Glenn Townsend. Glenn, despite his mechanical shortcomings, his skill and strategy has came to his side and befriended him. So, not saying he can't win this race, but he's got a lot to overcome to do so. But maybe he can find a different racing line that's a lot better than the 5 or something that might be able to put him in a great position to catch up to him. But it's like 19 laps to go. How many laps to go? He's gonna have to do it right now because he is 4 seconds back and currently losing time to the leader Ryan Arnold, who has been just really dominant in the second part of the race. He's been up front first part, no question, but mechanical issues combined with cars just not being able to catch a lot of good breaks, and guys have just been trying their best and not really able to come to where they want to be. It's come down to Ryan Arnold, and really he's got, this is his race to lose right now. He's got the lead. He's pulling away. He's got probably the freshest tires in the field, or except for a few of the cars that pitted late, like Connor Dowdy and Paul Perricone. I'm sure that's why Connor Dowdy has been able to pull away from the 25. He might be able to pull ahead and maybe get back on the lead lap, but we'll see how that goes. Could be a battle for that 5th place spot between the 19 of Brandon Carter and the 48 of Connor Dowdy, if Connor is that quick. But we'll see how that all figures out. But again, we're coming to less than 20 to go, or less than 20 to go. So it's go time right now if you have anything left. But man, I just don't think anyone has anything for Ryan Arnold. He's just been too good this second half, and and Glenn Townsend, despite being really having great calls, he lost the gear. He's just not able to compete with those speeds. But despite this, 2nd place finish for Glenn would be really good. And then Xander Thompson in the 56. He's been mid-pack all race. coming right now in third. Doesn't have a lot of challenge. Might see Dresden Ramsey try to catch up to him in that 88, but again, that's back from him. So we'll see how that figures out as well. But really, just I can't stress enough. Ryan Arnold has pretty much really put a number on this field, and no one's been able to have anything for him this second half of the race. As Brandon Carter may go a lap down here. If he goes a lap down, we could have a really interesting battle fifth between him and Connor Dowdy. Connor Dowdy could use that top 5 pretty well right now, seeing how he's been doing. But yeah, Ryan Arnold again. He's just been too good. Well, let's go to the 99 of Peter Kenny, who's been able to get around the 23. He's again had that black flag, had that thing going. If he can catch the 40, that would be interesting for him. We could see a close up here for that 5th place battle, but really Brandon Carter is quick. That's going to be an interesting battle to watch if it comes to that point. But I think Brandon Carter, if he's able to stay on the lead lap, which right now looking like he's still on the lead lap, but coming to 10 to go in a couple laps, I just don't see it happening. We'll see how they'll. I keep saying. I know I keep saying it. We'll see how it works out, but man, it's really starting to look like these guys aren't losing a whole lot of time to each other or gaining a whole lot of time in each other, except for Peter Kenny, who he's been, he had a good start of this race. Definitely would be running for third if he didn't have that black flag on the pit stops. Had a bad pit stop and a black flag, so not a great finish for him that he was hoping for. But man, give him a pat on the back though. He's been quick. He's been competing with Ryan Arnold, and he's probably the only guy that in this race right now, if he were battling for position, would have anything for Ryan Arnold. But Glenn Townsend falling back is going to tend to go next time by, and then yeah, I think the 99 does catch up to and pass the 48 in these next 10 laps. We'll see. The 48's been quick. We'll see if he's quick enough. But 19 is going to go a lap down here to the 5. He doesn't want to lose that lap, I'm sure, but 5's just a lot quicker, and 5's going to get around. Well, again, he moves him up top. He's going to try to keep that lap back. Ooh, he's getting a little dirty here, getting tight. Oh, okay, he's good. That could have ended so much worse, but Ryan Arnold does come up on top, but I'm sure that's just a little. That's not going to hurt it's not going to hurt Ryan Arnold one bit, seeing that Glenn Townsend is still just not as quick as he wants to be right now. But we're talking about Connor Dowdy, Brandon Carter, and really right now Peter Kenny battling for those last spots. Driver 19 of Brandon Carter have been given a warning by the officials trying to get right back around the leader. He almost crunched him up top, so yeah, I gotta be careful doing that. But yeah, Peter Kenny, he's right now battling for a spot. I believe there's a car coming out pit road. Are we under yellow? No, we're not under yellow. I thought we were under yellow there for a second. Yeah, Peter Kenny, I do think he's going to catch up to Connor Dowdy for that 6th place spot. And then I believe Brandon Carter will be able to, Peter Kenny already underneath 48. Oh, they get a little, and he moves him up. Spins Connor out. He saves it. Bummer for Connor Dowdy. He might succumb to the 18 of Paul Perricone. But, man, a tough break for Connor out there. They're just battling real hard in the turn 1. I can't blame either one of them because they were both trying to stay away from each other and not wreck each other. I don't know, Connor might have came down, but still nonetheless, that didn't end well for Connor. But yeah, Ryan Arnold coming to 5 to go next time by. He's got 1 lap car in sight, Dresden Ramsey, but he's not losing a whole lot of time. Brandon Carter still trying to defend that 5th place spot from Peter Kenny. I don't believe Peter's going to catch him. We'll see. But really, though, Ryan Arnold He gets a little in the grass there. 5 laps to go here at Charlotte. 120 laps. It's been back and forth for some guys. The first half we've seen a few lead changes. The second half has really just been Ryan Arnold, and we see Peter Kenny here and there, but unfortunately, like we said, he's still quick. Might be able to get a 5th place spot out, but really far back from Brandon Carter right now. So Ryan Arnold, he's been quick, consistent today, and I think he's going to get it done very easy here. Nothing in his way, nothing catching up to him behind him. I don't believe Daniel Paul's is catching up anyway, but nonetheless, he's definitely showed who's boss today in that 5 car. But really, everyone's just trying to figure out where they're going to finish. I don't believe Peter Kenny's going to catch up to Brandon Carter. These laps are just winding down very quickly. Battle for 5th place is heating up a little bit. Yeah, Ryan Arnold come to 2 laps to go here at Charlotte. Just a couple more times around this very long event, as Tristan Ramsey is really starting to lose time there. He might have, I don't know, I might have misanticipated how far off he was from Ryan Arnold's speeds, but we may have seen these guys stretch a little bit too long on the field. We will keep an eye out, make sure no one has any issues with fuel strategy and whatnot. Actually, I think Paul Perricone may have had one of those issues himself, so yeah, we'll see how that figures out. But yeah, 1 lap to go here at Charlotte. Only 1 car is in the way of Ryan Arnold. That's a lap car. Don't believe he'll cause any trouble. Tristan Ramsey and let that high side open for the 5. Ryan Arnold gets a little rough, gets a little competitive there, but not too serious. Is Ryan Arnold coming around this final corners for the final time, coming off a turn 4 with a good run of speed. Ryan Arnold will win here at Charlotte, as Tristan Ramsey does have a little bit of issue, but he is able to save it okay, spins himself out, but that is it. Ryan Arnold will win here at Charlotte. There's a few cars spinning to the line, but Glenn Townsend second. Oh, and then Connor Dowdy, he finished 7th, but Xander Thompson in 3rd, Tristan Ramsey 4th, Brandon Carter will hold that 5th place spot from Peter Kenny. And I think that's going to be call that a good race there. See if Ryan Arnold can do any burnouts for us. He's getting ready to burn it down here at Charlotte. Ryan Arnold is pretty much dominated this race other than the first half, but man, he's just been quick all day. No one's had anything for him. And in the end, Ryan Arnold is the race winner today here at Stinger Charlotte in the 2010 Cup mod for NR2003.